Deyemi Okanlawon recounts acting journey.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
You sleep with me, and then you just run?
It's always a pleasure doing business with you.
Who's the winner again?
Actor and movie producer Deyemi Okanlawon, in an interview with HIPTV, discussed his acting journey post his departure from the chemical engineering profession. Initially navigating both roles simultaneously, he found himself increasingly immersed in consistent acting opportunities, prompting him to make the decisive shift towards a full-time acting career. Notably, Okanlawon highlights a distinctive aspect of his experience. Unlike many peers, he encountered minimal rejection, seamlessly transitioning from one movie project to the next in an uninterrupted flow.
You're right. I studied chemical engineering at the University of Lagos. What you probably don't know is that while I was on campus, I ran a business and I was doing pretty well with the business. So I kind of, even in uni, I was already edging towards entrepreneurship. But as I got out of school, I found myself in sales and marketing. And I was in sales and marketing for about 10 years. I think it was in 2013. At that time, I was the head of marketing for a company called OLX. So I did have a corporate career after university. The common thread was that while on campus running my business, studying engineering, I was also part of an amateur drama group, right? Faith-based, church-based drama group. And I was consistently doing that all my life, from uni through my corporate years. And so I had no plans to be a professional actor. I was just, it was ministry, I was having a great time, and I was learning a lot because my people were really hardcore. They were serious, and I was a very serious student, I guess. So random conversations someday led to someone telling me, oh, there's an audition somewhere. And I went, and I got 2 roles for 2 different projects from one audition. And I did it. People saw it. I got someone calling me to say, I saw you in this, can we have a conversation? I started doing my next project, and my next project came after that. And by 2013, after doing a series of web series, Giddy Up, Knock Knock, some small features in major films, I was faced with, having to make a choice. There was a big project that I couldn't now do weekends or after work nights or take time off work to do. I had to make that decision, and so I decided, you know what, I kind of know this corporate career path, where it might lead to, management level, then, country manager, whatever. Maybe even start your own company. But I wanted to explore. I was really interested in exploring. So I chose, to take some time off to do some acting, maybe a year or 2, and then I'll go back to work. I didn't know people made money as actors. I really didn't know. And so that's how I found myself there. And again, I call fame and so you know how we have collateral damage, right? There's something I call collateral upside. The collateral upside of me being an actor and me taking my work as an actor very seriously was the fame. I honestly didn't think about it. I didn't realize that you're on television, you're good at what you do, you are going to get famous. And so bit by bit, people started to recognize me. And I started to lose, a level of privacy, which was uncomfortable, but once I began to understand that this is the job, this is the work, it's all part and parcel of being, an actor, I embraced it.
Movie producer Deyemi Okanlawon shares his response to the Grammy snob faced by Afrobeat artist. According to the actor, receiving recognition and respect beyond one's local sphere as an entertainer signifies the excellence in one's craft. Okanlawon emphasizes that international acknowledgement of an artist's work serves as a crucial validation for their profession. He clarifies that a Grammy snob doesn't equate to a failure in performance, but serves as a reminder for entertainers to continually elevate their standards and strive for excellence within the industry.
No cap. Recognition is good. Recognition outside of your immediate field is better. Being known in Nigeria is good. Being known across the world is good. You want to be the fastest person? not in Nigeria, but in the world. That's why you go to Olympics. So if the Oscars are the Olympics of filmmaking in the world, you'll be a good feeling. You get a good feeling out of that type of recognition. Same as Grammys. If we agree, or if we choose to agree that Grammys is the Olympics of the music industry around the world, then yeah, it'll give you a good feeling, and there's nothing wrong with feeling good. However, I don't believe in seeking validation outside of yourself, and I'm a perfect example of that. I have never won any of the serious awards in Nigeria. I have never won any of the, I wouldn't really call them serious because I didn't win them. But I've been around for long enough to have, if I was that type of person to feel a certain way, I'd be like, oh, why am I not being awarded this? Why have I not been this or that? The truth is, I can look into my mirror and congratulate myself. I can look into, I've done this all my life. I'll look into the mirror, you're doing well. Like Mr. Macaroni, doing a good job. Well done, well done. And I pat myself on my back and I keep it moving. And if validation comes from somewhere else or recognition comes from somewhere else, I will take it graciously. In fact, I had to learn to take it. I had to learn to take compliments, instead of deflecting it. You're doing a good job. Thank you very much. I take that in and I keep it moving. It shouldn't define you. If anything, my presence should validate an award, not the other way around.
Deyemi Okanlawon sheds more light on his first movie production, All's Fair in Love. The actor gave more insight into his first job as a full-time producer for All's Fair in Love, which drops in the cinemas today.
There is money involved. Honestly, it would be good to live a certain type of lifestyle. And I mean, it's obvious, you can either be the bricklayer building the house, or you can be the estate developer that owns the property. And so I decided, that it was time. I got into a point in my career when I said, let me explore, because I'm always going to do that. I'm always going to explore something new. I might as well do something that I've been doing for the past 10 years that I think I know. Having said that, on paper, these things always look good. It felt like pregnancy. It felt like labor. Not pregnancy, it felt like labor. Lord have mercy. I thought I understood the film industry until I started producing. I have been in the industry since 2013. That's 11 years now. 11 years this year. I thought I knew the industry. My eyes saw Shege Pro Max Ultra. It shook me. It stretched me. But I would say one thing, I would do it over and over and over again. It was the most exhilarating experience of my life. I found new skills, new creative muscles that I had no idea that I had. And I'm truly grateful for the experience. Truly, truly grateful for the experience. It was tough, but I'm tougher. This is no cap. This is not pride speaking. This is facts. I have striven my entire career. I have lost money, oftentimes, just so that I can be in a production that people will watch and be entertained, really entertained by. Just to build the brand that when Deyemi Okanlawon is in a film, you can trust that, that film will be a relatively good film. Having made all those tough decisions over the years, I do not think, and I hope nobody will think that when I'm now producing my own, I will now drop the standard of the work that I do. The spirit of excellence that I have does not exist only in acting. It exists in every area of my life. And even some areas I realize I still need work. We created a beautiful film. Beautiful film. I got the best hands possible in the industry to come and work. And they came as fame. I didn't realize I was as loved. But every time I went in and I said, look, oh, first film, oh, I no get money, oh, I no get. People were gracious enough. It's a beautiful film. It's two guys who run a fashion business, trying to grow it into global status, and they bring in different consultants, one of which they now fell in love with, and there was a love triangle scenario going on. Who's gonna get the girl? It's coming out on Valentine's Day, February 14th, in cinemas across Nigeria and Ghana. And yeah, that's